Okay, I'm back again. I'm just getting ready for this test drive. Put this thing in drive. Now this shifter, because I used the original column, does not line up exactly. The 6R80 throw is a little bit different, so when it's in drive, it's essentially between neutral and drive. There's neutral, and then there's reverse, and there is park all the way over. But I just wanted to point that out. It has a stopper to prevent it from going too far and getting into the sport mode of the transmission. I did not install a sport switch on this. If you want that, you just have to remove the stopper and install the sport switch before you try and shift into that sport mode. As I pointed out, this dash is original, in perfect shape, and just gorgeous. Everything's very, very nice. All right, let's go for a little drive here. So, just doing this one-handed while I hold the camera, so you have to bear with me. And it has been a blessing that this weather's been pretty nice. I've never driven this personally in the snow or anything, and thankfully I haven't had to. The weather's been mild in all the tests I've done. But let's go for a little drive. You can definitely hear this truck has a rumble inside the cab, not by much. It has the kill mat and sound insulation installed in this, so it does a good job insulating the sound until you drop down this Coyote into a low gear and give it some gas. Then you definitely hear it inside the cab. It's not annoying, it just has a good sound to it. You can see the blinkers working just fine, and it'll shut off just by itself. I went and filled it up the other day. It's got a decent amount of gas. Oil pressure is spot on. It's still freezing cold. So as things warm up, I'll get this fan on and we'll warm up, and I'll thaw out myself a little bit here. It has a Flowmaster exhaust. It's a custom exhaust, but the Flowmaster muffler itself is an X-pipe muffler. So it has built-in X-pipe, so you didn't have to install it in the exhaust beforehand. We're just going to turn here. I want to show some of this area. This is kind of a newer home development, and no one really lives here. There's a couple homes that are occupied, but it's just a good spot to turn around and talk a little bit more about the truck. We'll just drive around a little bit. I'm going to get on the highway some, close to the house. You'll be able to see how easily this thing corners, turns, and it really does drive very nice. Now granted, it has Super Duty axles. You can hear the exhaust kick in as I give it some gas up this hill. Turns on a dime, does a fantastic job with that. Rides real smooth, real strong. The braking is absolutely incredible. As you all know, these big Super Dana 60s and Sterling 10.5 rear ends have very large brakes, and all those brakes, rotors and pads, calipers are all new, including the hoses and lines. They're new and they stop on a dime. It has lots of orchards in this area. I live in the apple capital of the world, literally. Yeah, that's kind of the slogan of the city, and there are just orchards everywhere. I personally have a cherry orchard and not an apple orchard, but there are a lot of just fruit in this area. I had to get by that backhoe there. Hopefully you're being able to see most of everything in this video just fine. Cruising, the speedometer's spot on. It's right about 20 right now going down this hill. I've been braking quite a bit just because it is probably a 6 or 7 degree grade here. I want to get on this highway and kind of give it some gas so you can see and hear what it sounds like as I get on the truck some. There's a guy using a chainsaw right now. All right, we're getting on the highway here. didn't hook up a whole lot back there, but I did a little bit. You can kind of hear the coyote kick down and the exhaust, so that is the noise level inside the cab. I'm cruising about 50 miles an hour right now, roughly, so you can get an idea of the sound inside the truck. So I'll be quiet for a moment so you can hear it. So pretty quiet considering how old this truck is. Again, I'm doing 50 miles an hour on a highway and a coyote swapped forward. We're gonna go up this hill here and go back into the back road some. I wanted to show some of the river road, as it's just gorgeous up through here. And then it'll be a little quieter so you can hear me talk. Maybe you don't want to, but I guess for this video you're gonna have to bear with me some. Just a gorgeous area. We live right next to the Columbia River, and everything's just beautiful through here. Central Washington truly is a gem in this Northwest. Let's see, I'll touch base on a few things. So obviously this is the original cluster. This is the original mileage. As you know, these trucks do not have 6-digit odometers, so there's no way to prove this is the original mileage. But being how clean this truck is from the original, this is the original radio. Everything's original here except for this bezel here. I did replace that bezel as the chrome was flaking off, but everything else is original. It shows 107,000 miles, or 7,000 miles roughly. But just looking at the quality and the inside door jambs, these door jambs have never been repainted, and they look like they haven't been repainted because they're kind of dull. But you can tell a truck that's got 200,000 miles versus a truck that has 100,000 miles. The door jambs are much too clean for a couple 100,000 mile vehicle. So just wanted to point that out. I'm pretty sure, even though there's no way to prove it, that this is a 107,000 original mile F100. We're gonna go down here to the place that I took most of the photos of this truck that'll go on Bring a Trailer, and you'll be able to see a little bit more of this beautiful country in which I live.